First of all, about the author, that Susan Hill is an English author of fiction and non-fiction books, born on 5th February 1942 in North Yorkshire, UK. She was educated at King's College London. Her novels include The Women in Black, The Mist in the Mirror, and I Am the King of the Castle, for which she received the Somerset Maugham Award in 1971. Her books for children include The Glass Angels, Beware, King of Kings. She has also written a number of books of non-fiction literature. So, this chapter deals with the problem of disabled people and depicts the merely words of encouragement are not enough to soothe the hurt feelings of the disabled. Actually, it is not the actual pain or inconvenience caused by a physical disability as is the behavior of the people. That means that how we are behaving with the disabled people in the world in this scenario, that is more important. Okay, that means the people who are disabled, they need our love, affection, care, and understanding. Now, this chapter deals with the sense of loss, a sense of isolation, and how to overcome it. I am keep on admitting the. Just wait. So, actual pain caused by a physical impairment is often much less than the sense of alienation these people felt. So, these people need our love, understanding, care, and affection. And Mr. Lamb and Derry, there are two characters in this narrative. Both are disabled. Mr. Lamb, he was having a tin leg, and Derry having a burnt face. But in spite of that, attitude of both towards the life is quite different. Mr. Lamb was full of life, having a zest for living, but Derry having an inferiority complex because he never met any person in the life from whom he got love, care, and understanding, etc. So this chapter deals with the thing that how Mr. Lamb brought a change in the psychology of Derry. That is, on the face of it, expression generally means that we naturally draw conclusions on the face of it, sometimes even absurd conclusions. But generally, things are not what they appear to be at the first sight. So let's discuss the story in the light of this statement. that how Mr. Lamb, old lonely person living in a big house with no curtains, nothing wrong in his life, made have all sort of stories people made about him, but most gentle, genial person, full of wisdom and understanding, brought change in the life of Derry, having a half burnt face, suffering from inferiority complex. So let's start the chapter. So this chapter is about the interaction between Mr. Lamb and Derry, and how see things going on for the Derry, and towards the end of the chapter, how Derry's opinion towards life changed because of Mr. Lamb. So this is a play featuring an old man and a small boy meeting in the farmer's garden. The old man strikes up a friendship with the boy, who is very withdrawn and defiant from the life. They have no it. He has no love towards the life. And what is the bond? Bond is the physical dis. Yes, some students are still joining. So bond here is of physical disfirmament. So let's read the conversation. First scene takes place in the garden of Mr. Lamb. Mr. Lamb having an apple garden, and how see at that time Derry jumped into the garden from the wall, and Mr. Lamb started conversation with him. So let's read the chapter. Any problem? Tell me yes or no till now. Please respond in the chat box. Some students are writing so bad things in the chat box. I have taken the screenshot and sent it to the principal ma'am with the name, and that boy will be called in the school today. I have taken the screenshot of the chat box also. Now see, let's read the chapter. Scene is in Mr. Lamb's garden. Mr. Lamb, again disabled person having a tin leg. He had lost his leg in the war, and how Derry, a person having a boy, 14-year boy, having a burnt face, jumped into the garden, and both started conversation with each other. Now see, scene, Mr. Lamb's garden. There is the occasional sound of bird song and of trees leaves rustling. Derry's footsteps are heard as he walks slowly and tentatively through the long grass. He pauses, then walks on again. He comes round a screen of bushes so that when Mr. Lamb speaks to him, he is close at hand, and Derry is startled. Startled means surprised. So, Mr. Lamb, as soon as Derry jumped into the garden, Mr. Lamb shouted, "Mind the apples, mind the apples, take care of apples." Derry, what's? Who's that? Who's there? That means Derry did not know at that time that someone was there in the garden. So he just responded like this, what? Who's that? Who is there? Lambs, my name. Mind the apples, crab apples, those are. Wind falls in the long grass. You could trip. You could just trip into it. Fell into the garden. Derry. I, there. That means just three dots means that Derry is so much surprised, and he is not feeling good at heart that somebody has seen him while jumping into the garden. I thought this was an empty place. I didn't know there was anybody here. Mr. Lamb, that's all right. I am here. What you afraid of, boy? That's all right. Derry, I thought it was empty. I thought it was empty, an empty house. Mr. Lamb, so it is. Since I am out here in the garden, it is empty. until I go back inside. In the meantime, I am out here and likely to stop. A day like this, beautiful day, not a day to be indoors. Daddy, panic. He's in a panic way. I have got to go now, got to go. That means I want to go from here now. Some students keep on entering in between. So, Daddy, you were watching me, Mr. Lamb. I saw you, but the gates open. All welcome. You are welcome. I sit here. I like sitting. Daddy, I would not come to steal anything. No, no, the young lads steal, scrum the apples. They all say like this, that they don't come to steal anything. You are not so young. Daddy, I just wanted to come in the garden, into the garden. Mr. Lamb, and so you did. Here we are then. Now see how in a very light manner Mr. Lamb is talking to Daddy. Daddy by heart is panic, but Mr. Lamb just wants to talk with him in a normal way. You know who I am? A boy, 13 or so, 14. But I have got to go now. Goodbye, Mr. Lamb. Nothing to be afraid of, just a garden, just me. Dairy. But I am not afraid. People are afraid of me. Now, this is very, very important question, very important line. Please underline this, 2 marks of question. Derry says, I am not afraid. People are afraid of me. Can anybody reply in the chat box why people are afraid of Derry? Anybody? Why people are afraid of Derry? Yes, he had a burnt face. Very good. Why should that be? Everyone is. It doesn't matter who they are or what they say or how they look, how they pretend. I know, I can see. That means Derry realized this thing, that people after seeing his burnt face afraid of him. Mr. Lamb, see what they think. Now see, in the chapter, dear children, you will see that how Mr. Lamb keep on answering Daddy's thoughts of mind. That in the way Mr. Lamb reacts with Daddy. See what they think. What do they think then? You think, here's a boy, you look at me, and then you see my face and you think, see how Derry interprets this thing, that what people think about him by looking at his face. That's bad. That's terrible thing. That's the ugliest thing I ever saw. You think, poor boy, but I am not poor. Underneath, you are afraid. Anybody would be. I am. When I look into the mirror, I see. Just wait, children. Okay, now let's begin. That's bad. That's terrible thing. That's the ugliest thing I ever saw. See, these are the thoughts of Derry, what people think about him. Actually, you don't know this thing, that what people are thinking. These are his own interpretations, that what people think about him. You think, poor boy. But I am not afraid, not poor. Underneath, you are afraid. Anybody would be, I am. When I look in the mirror and see it, I am afraid of me. Mr. Lamb, no, not the whole of you, not of you. Derry, Mr. Lamb, see, no, not the whole of you. Just don't think about this, not of you. No, but you don't know that anybody is thinking like this about you. Derry, yes. Later on, when it's bit cooler, I will get the ladder and a stick and pull down those crab apples. They are ripe for it. I make jelly. It's a good time of year, September. Look at them. Orange and golden. That's the magic fruit. I often say, but it's best picked and made into jelly. You could give me a hand. Dairy, what have you changed the subject for? Now see, Dairy understands here that why Mr. Lamb changed the topic. Why have you changed the subject for? Dairy was talking about his burnt face, and Mr. Lamb started talking about the apples. People always do that. Why don't you ask me that what happened to you and all that? Why do you do what they all do? Why do you do what they all do and pretend it isn't true, isn't there? In case I see you looking at mine and get upset, I will tell you, don't ask me because you are afraid of me. And Derry himself keep on giving answer that Mr. Lamb, you are not asking me these questions about my face because you are afraid of me. Mr. Lamb, you want me to ask, say so then. That means you want that people should talk about your face with you. I don't like being with people, any people. See, Derry felt alienated, isolated in the life. Mr. Lamb, I should say to look at it. I should say you got burned in a fire. Not in a fire. I got acid all down that side of my face and it burned it all away. See, very, very important line. This is again 2 marks of very important question. It ate my face up. It ate me up and now it's like this and it won't ever be any different. Explain the statement. This is a question. It ate my face up. It ate me up. That means acid burns Derry's face, but it also kill willpower of Derry to live a life. It ate me up because now Derry don't want to go anywhere with this burnt face. He don't want to talk with the people because he always thought that people keep on talking about his burnt face. See what kind of withdrawn and defiant boy he is. He always think this thing that people think about my burnt face. And in this chapter, you keep on getting this again, one in other line. Mr. Lamb, no, aren't you interested? You are a boy who came into the garden, and plenty do. A lot of people and children come into my garden. I'm interested in anybody, anything. There's nothing God made that doesn't interest me. See the thoughts of Mr. Lamb here. Though Mr. Lamb is also physically impaired, he is having a 10 leg, artificial leg, but still see the thoughts. God made that doesn't interest me. There's nothing God made. That means Mr. Lamb wanted to live a life. Look over there, over beside the far wall. What can you see? Now see, very important point. Now in this garden, Mr. Lamb asked Derry by pointing at something. It means Lamb is interested in, yes, everything in the life. Yes, everything means love for the people, love to talk with the people. Anybody can enter into the garden. He is not having any inferiority complex that he is having a 10 lakh. That means everything. Okay. Now see, there is one example here. Mr. Lamb asks question to Derry by pointing out at something. What is this? See, Derry said rubbish. That means those weedy plants and grass, etc. Rubbish. Look, boy, look. Look, boy, look. What do you see? Just grass and stuff, weeds. Okay. Some call them weeds, if you like, then a weed garden. There's now see what is the point here is when Mr. Lamb pointed at something, Derry just see weeds and those extra plants. But in the side of those weeds, there are flowers also. But Derry's focus is on weeds. Okay, so see what kind of thoughts he is having. There's fruit and there's a flowers, trees and herbs, all sorts of things there. But over there, weeds. I grow weeds there. Why is one green growing plant called a weed and another flower? Where's the difference? It's all alive, growing, same as you and me. That means this is the life, Derry, that you see just here weed and other people see flowers. So that's why that is a thought process of Derry, that at every step of life, Derry keep on seeing, keep on having inferiority complex about his face, about the people, about the world around him, and he is not at all interested or having a zest for living. Okay, clear? See, while reading the chapter, you are seeing that how thoughts of Derry and thoughts of Lamb are all quite different with each other. And see, towards the end of the chapter, you will see a difference in the thinking process of Derry. Derry, we are not the same. Mr. Lamb, I am old. You are young. You have got a burnt face. I have got a tin leg. Not important. You are standing there. I am sitting there. Where's the difference? Then Derry directly asked, why have you got a tin leg? Now see, why have you got a tin leg? Real one got blown off years back. Lemmy lamb. Some kids say, haven't you heard them? You will lammy lamb. It fits, doesn't trouble me. Now means some people keep on saying to Mr. Lamb, Lemmy lamb. But it doesn't trouble me. Mr. Lamb, don't think about this thing that what people call him or by what name people call him every time. He is just busy in good things of the life. Wanted to uh, play with the children, happy in his apple garden, admits anyone in his garden, everything like that, but never focus on the dark side of the life. See, this is a big difference between Derry and Mr. Lamb. Derry is a boy full of inferiority complex, having a darker shades in the life. He always think that people keep on talking about my face because I have got a burnt face. But instead of that, Mr. Lamb, who is having a tin leg, it doesn't trouble him that how people treats him, how people called him, by what name people call him. So this is a big difference between the thinking or a thought process of Derry and Mr. Lamb. Mr. Lamb is always optimistic in life, positive outlook towards life, but Derry always negativity towards life, negative outlook towards life. So this is a big difference between these two characters. Derry, but you can put on trousers. Now see, coming back to the point about his tin leg. Now see again what Derry say, that I am unable to hide my burnt face, but you can hide your tin leg in the trousers. See, But you can put on trousers and cover it up and no one sees. They don't have to notice and stare. Mr. Lamb, some do, some don't. They get tired of it in the end. There's plenty of other things to stare at. Now, see, very important line. In the life, there are plenty of other things which one can stare, like beautiful flowers, beautiful landscape, mountains, scenery. Why should anybody stare to my tin leg? Daddy says, like my face. See, Daddy always think that people stare at his face. Mr. Lamb, like crab apples or the weeds or a spider climbing up a silken ladder or my tall sunflowers. There are so many things in the world, in this garden also, one can stare at. Dairy, things. It's all relative. Beauty and the beast. That means it is your thought process. You focus on the beautiful things or the ugly things. Beauty stands for beautiful things and ugly stands for beast stand for ugly things. Dairy, what's that supposed to mean? Mr. Lamb, you tell me. That means what do you mean by this thing, Mr. Lamb? Mr. Lamb says, you tell me about this. Now see students, I think you are getting the chapter on the face of it. That is about the central character. Here is Mr. Lamb. I just repeat once more. This play begins with him and end with his death only. Now see, in the end of the chapter, Mr. Lamb will die. Derry, a 14-year-old boy, comes to Mr. Lamb's garden. Derry is very, you can say, soul having a negativity. He is full of venom and negativity. One meeting with Mr. Lamb washes away all the dark spots and makes Derry bright, cheerful, and normal. You will learn in this chapter this thing, that one meeting with Mr. Lamb washes away all the darker side or darker shade of Derry's life, and in the end, he will become bright, cheerful, and normal. But till that point, Mr. Lamb will die. And that was the moral effect of this man, who on the face of it was nothing. That means Mr. Lamb, on the face of it was nothing more than an old and lonely person, a war victim whose one leg had been blown off. Physically, he is old, but see his views, his outlook, his opinion towards life, all are sterling gold. Everything is very beautiful. And Derry is astounded and amazed at the peculiar things Mr. Lamb says to him or asks him. Getting my point? He's completely won over. And the greatest asset of Mr. Lamb is total freedom from negativity. Still, he is having a tin leg. He does not reject weeds. He accepts them too as a God's creation. He is wise person, sensible person, humanistic, full of sympathy. So whole story revolves around the character sketch of Mr. Lamb. That means how he is feeling towards life. But instead of that, Miss Derry, a 14-year-old boy, and his childhood accident damaged one side of his face. It was completely disfigured due to the acid burn, and that gave the boy a whole of a complex. He started believing that he was the ugliest person on the earth. Everyone was afraid to see him. Nobody loved him. Nobody cared him. He had no faith in anything. He suspected even his mother also kissed him on the other side of the face. See? So both Derry and Mr. Lamb are like the two antipoles. Mr. Lamb was having a positivity. and Derry was at the top of negativity. Okay, so you will see that Mr. Lamb, with his wise and sensible remarks, removes all negativity and makes Derry normal person again in the life. Getting my point? So in this chapter, you will keep on learning this thing, that how Mr. Lamb, who is having a positive outlook towards life, optimistic outlook towards life, towards the end of the chapter, he changed the mindset of Derry and get him to have a normal life. But till that point, when Derry regains his normal life, brighter side of the life, cheerful side of the life, Mr. Lamb will be no more in this world. He died. Getting my point? Please respond me in the chat box. Are you listening me, dear children? Yes. Okay, very good. I think you are getting the chapter. So the play deals with the sense of loss, a sense of isolation, and how to overcome it. Okay, so actual pain is not because of the physical impairment, but because of the sense of alienation felt by the person, because nobody is talking to that person in the society in the normal way. Okay, so that means sense of, this is a theme of the chapter also, that physical impairment is having a less pain than the sense of alienation felt by that physically impaired person. So the title is something, seems to be good. Okay, any questions you want to ask, please type in the chat box. Story of Mr. Lamb, story of Derry, how Miss Derry jumped. Yes, it is not due to the behavior of people, but it is, yes, this is due to the interpretation of life by Derry. Yes, because Derry himself is having a person, a boy having a negativity towards life. He himself felt alienated. That is, I am telling you, that sense of alienation is very important, that which gives pain to that person. Those people who are physically disabled or physically impaired, they keep on thinking about himself that nobody is going to talk with me. People are not behaving with me in a normal way. That is what I am telling you now, that pain of impairment is less, but pain of isolation is more. Clear, Shreya? You are right at Derry having a own interpretation of life, and Derry is a here representation of all the physically impaired people. Okay, any other question you want to ask? We will continue the chapter tomorrow now. Okay, there is one query. You are a boy who came into, what can you see? Just let me see where it is. I am not getting the point. Okay, you are a boy who came into the garden. This is a point, yes, because see, Mr. Lamb, now see, what can you see here means Mr. Lamb, when asked question to Derry, in his garden, there are plants also, there are weeds also, there are flowers also. But see, Derry's focus was on the weeds. He just pointed out about the weeds because he don't want to have a good things in the life. His thought process is like that. He never cherishes flowers and all that. Okay, so Lamb's conversation tells about the thinking of Derry, that what he is seeing in the garden of Mr. Lamb, though there are so many good or beautiful things also. Okay, any other question, beta? Only 1 minute is left for today. Anything you want to ask, more thing? Tomorrow we will continue the chapter. and after completing the chapter, I will send you the answers. Please read the chapter from NCERT book line to line. This is very important because now see, I have given you your marking scheme and there are 40 questions of 1 marks each in your final exam. And out of those 40 questions, literature is also there along with comprehension and writing section. So in literature part also, now there are so many objective type 1 marks of question. It is very important on your part that you should read NCERT chapters line to line from the book, because question can come from anywhere. Okay. Anything all clear about today's lecture? Okay. I'm going to end the meeting.